Hi there, so this is Professor Lee giving you feedback on the Los Hermanos piece. So let's take a look at your piece at the very beginning.
It's a family restaurant. My parents were the ones that obviously started.
Okay, so first off, I'm not a huge fan of the exterior shot as the starting point. Remember I said that close-ups of the hand, close-up on the face, these are the most compelling ways to start a project. Close-ups get people to ask questions. This one is just putting a sign in front of someone. This doesn't get anyone to ask any questions. So this is something where I'd say start stronger with something motion-oriented, human, food-wise, something that intrigues the viewer. And a close-up is a great way to do this. Okay, so I'd say lose this as the first shot. Also, notice how kind of fast the pace is, and that's something I think you should pay attention to. There's almost non-stop talking, and he talks really fast in the first place, so the viewer really doesn't get a lot of chance to absorb what he's saying because it keeps running further and further and further and further with info. So this is one of those examples where less is more. Like, don't have him keep talking the whole time. Let us experience the place, understand it, and appreciate what's going on there.
It's a family restaurant. My parents were the ones that obviously started.
And it's really fast. I mean, like, you've given us the sign.
The restaurant. My parents were the ones that obviously started.
Less than 2 seconds, we have to absorb this. Okay, oh, who's this guy? Oh, okay, and then you're looking at him, and then he disappears very quickly. So you really need to let it linger on him longer if this is the shot that you want. In other words, well, in the other case here, I said maybe start with a close-up and just let the close-up last for 3 to 4 seconds and have him start talking on top of that, and only show him in this interview setting later on, if at all. Okay.
That obviously started way back in '95. I mean, me and my brother, we were only 10 years old.
So it's not bad. It's nice to have a longer shot there. It seems a little bit soft. It seems a little blurry there. So I don't know if there's a better shot there, but it does seem out of focus.
But we've never held a job. We've always been working here.
So this is kind of odd. We've had two abrupt changes. One is, you notice the next shot is on the other side of the sky. We said don't cross the line of action if you can. And then also, there's motion happening here, and the next shot we have nothing happening whatsoever. So that's kind of jarring. That's what I would call a jump cut. See if there's a better sequence we can use here.
But we've never held a job. We've always been working here.
So you notice it goes from action to nothing happening. Right?
Definitely mom is the one that started everything. This used to be what was called a bodega, like selling plátanos.
This is a really unusual shot. We were hearing a busy store, but you're showing an empty store. We really don't ever want to show an empty store unless he's talking about his financial hardship and no one's coming to his restaurant anymore, or it's early and no one's here yet. On the other hand, he's serving food. We see that there's activity and we hear activity, yet we're seeing an empty restaurant. This is a mismatch, so you really need to find a different shot here.
Latin American products.
I know you're probably setting up the painting, right? We can see the painting up here, and then we see the painting. It just doesn't work. We really need a better shot here.
American products. And my mom would cook for us when we were kids working here, for the summer. She would cook for us. And
then that two shot is really not a strong shot there, right? Unless you have a second shot that is a close-up of his face, or close-up of his face, or close-up of his hands, or something like that. So I would say this shot is just not very compelling. I don't know what to look at. Is it the pastries? Is it the cash register? Is it one of these two guys? Not a strong shot.
She would cook for us, and people would.
That's nice.
Smell the food.
Motion.
Oh, what is that? And then they would. My mom would give them a little bit of food to taste, and that's literally how the restaurant took off.
Yeah, I just don't know. You got this shot here of the rice, but then we jump over here. It's a different part of the. It just doesn't work as a sequence. So I'm really not sure. This is a nice shot on its own. This is kind of a nice shot on its own, but they just don't work together. So we got to really think of sequences here. It just doesn't work.
A little bit of food to taste, and that's literally how the restaurant took.
And do we have a close-up of his face, right? We have over the shoulder, we have some close-ups, but we don't have a close-up. Like, do you have the camera over here looking up into his eyes? We just don't have that face shot.
My mom would give him a little bit of food to taste, and that's literally how the restaurant took off. We pretty much eat.
And that's really awkward to have this little sound bite or sound coming out of one speaker.
We pretty much.
And then have him start talking again. We really need that blended better there. And why don't we have some natural sound before he starts talking again? He's a very fast talker, and the more you have him keep talking, the more the audience is kind of overwhelmed by the information that he has.
Like 3 or 4 rolls. We serve food. We take care of all the accountability of the business. We buy everything from the wholesalers. We take care of catering orders. We pretty much do everything here.
So really, we don't have any sequences, right? You know, you got this guy. We don't really have him walking, the guy in red walking out of frame. So suddenly we're jumping from him standing to him sitting. I wish there was another shot you had, maybe over shoulder the shot of this guy or a close up of his fork on the food. But it just kind of sits with no sequences.
We buy everything from the wholesalers. We take care of catering orders. We pretty much do everything here.
Again, the audio is really uneven. I do like the smack of the dominoes. It's really nice, but you really need to smooth that out. Otherwise, it goes from soft to loud to soft and noisy. It's just very abrupt.
Strong piece of the community. So everyone, we pretty much treat them like family.
And it would be nice if we had some other shots, right? So when you have someone talking, cut away, talking again, it's just really abrupt. Like I wish there was another shot, at least one more shot or second shot of either the faces of the men or a close-up of the hands to just add that second shot to make it feel like a sequence.
So everyone, we pretty much treat them like family. We have people here that will start serving as soon as they walk in the door, we'll start serving the food because they always
not
say the
bad.
same thing.
Need another shot
And
here.
people love that.
So, you know, again, one shot of this, we don't have a second shot to reinforce the shot. Close-up of the hands here, close-up on the customer, close-up on the face, something. Do we have something here? This is a really nice shot. I like that. Beautiful, although I'm not sure these are video shots. They look like still picture shots. So it feels kind of odd that these are kind of still pictures here.
We've had a lot of success. Let's say, for example,
Again, this is a side shot. We really want two eyes. Our instruction sheet says we want two eyes for the face shot. Yet we're only seeing a profile here.
Friday, I had to go take some empanadas to Sonia Sotomayor. So it's a lot of...
That's a great anecdote, but does he actually explain that? Not everyone knows that she's a Supreme Court justice. So is there something in the interview where he says something about the Supreme Court justice or someone? That's really impressive to think that Sonia Sotomayor eats here. That's one of the big things.
Have really found out about us and come to us because they know that we're a strong part of the community and they're supporting a local business. We don't franchise, this is our only business, and we have a really positive outlook for the future.
Yeah, abrupt ending. It's, you know, this is an unfinished thought here, having him look at the bottle like that. I'm not sure what it means. So, again, you know, these just don't link together well. And we have this shot, and we have, you know, this shot and this shot are virtually the same, and they're not related to, and in fact, I think it's the wrong sequence because this is that guy, right? And so it looks like that is a continuation of that shot right there. So it just doesn't work together because we already completed that and that thought, and we come back down to this, which doesn't work. So again, there's some good things that you can work on here. I think you've got a really good clean interview. That's really nice. You've got some good quotes in there. Now reduce, make it shorter. You don't need as much of him talking. I want to feel more of the ambiance there. Do you have close-ups of the cakes? Do you have close-ups that work together in sequence? And that's something you have to figure out for your piece. Okay? So hopefully that's useful feedback for you.